Welcome to the Medicare Transaction Facilitator Data Module, also known as MTF-DM, Enrollment Before You Start video. This video is specifically for third-party support entities. Please note the disclaimer on the page. Before you start the enrollment process, you will need to complete the following two main steps. 1. You'll need to create and verify your account as a first user for your organization. 2. You will be enrolling your organization in MTF. The workflow is shown in the following figure. First, you will receive an email invite to enroll in MTF as first user for your organization. At this point, you will need to determine if you already have CMS ID credentials. Please note that these credentials are CMS IDM credentials and not CMS EUA credentials. If you do have these credentials, please use them to log on to MTF and set up your account and continue to enroll your organization in MTF. If you do not have these already, simply click the New Registration button and then create your account. And then you can proceed to enroll your organization in MTF. Once you have your account and you are ready to enroll, see the following sections for the information you will need to have available. The enrollment process should take you about an hour, about 5 minutes to activate your user account, and then about 40 or 60 minutes to enroll your organization. As a TPSE, you will need the following. 1. To verify your NCPDP data. The information that is contained in the NCPDP pharmacy database for your organization at the time of enrollment is what the MTF will rely upon to both 1. Identify and validate you as a first user, 2. Pre-populate certain fields in the dispensing entity enrollment questionnaire if permitted by your dispensing entity. Please ensure this information is up to date prior to beginning the enrollment process. You can update your organization's information via the NCPDP website at https://sso.ncpdp.org. Also needed to continue the enrollment process will be the following. To verify the following organization information in the NCPDP pharmacy database: your legal business name, DBA name, mailing address, business address, federal tax identification number, payment center name and ID, remit and reconciliation name and ID, and relationship name and ID. Also, you will need the contact information for your primary and secondary contacts: name, title, email address, and phone number. If you need help at any time during this process completing the enrollment, please contact CMS at MFP Medicare Transaction Facilitator at cms.hhs.gov.
Welcome to the demo for third-party support entities who are enrolling in the Medicare Transaction Facilitator, or MTF for short. Once you have logged in with the user ID and password you created, you will be on the MTF welcome page. This contains helpful information related to enrollment, such as resource guides, enrollment timeline, help desk, contact us, and how to sign up for emails. At the top, you'll see a tab for Help Desk, My Account, and Logout. Clicking on Help Desk will bring up phone and email for you to contact us. Clicking on My Account will bring you to your MTF profile. This is where you can manage your MTF profile and your CMS IDM by clicking on Manage Profile Settings. This opens a new tab where you're able to update your personal and business contact information, your password, and your security questions. Once you are done making updates, you can close the tab and continue with the MTF. Back on your MTF profile, you'll see that it contains information related to your ID, your email, and the organizations you're associated to. If you're associated to more than one, it would show here in the dropdown. At the top, you can see the Administration tab. Clicking on this, you'll be able to search for users within your TPSCs. You'll be able to invite users if you're an ASO or an Access Manager role. And you'll also be able to search for invitations for those who've already been invited. Next is the DE TPSC enrollment. This brings you to the TPSC enrollment landing page. This is where ASO and Access Managers begin the enrollment form. If you're a staff end user, once your ASO or Access Manager starts the enrollment form, and after they certify the enrollment, you will be able to view the enrollment form. Select the TPSC profile that you wish to do the enrollment for. I'm only associated to one, so again, I'm only seeing one. If you're associated to multiple, you'll see a selection here in the dropdown for you to choose. This enrollment process should take less than an hour to complete, and you can save your progress at any time and return later if needed. Once you're ready to begin, click Begin Enrollment Form, and you will be brought into the TPSC enrollment form. Now that you are ready to begin the enrollment form, click on the Begin Enrollment Form button, and you are brought into the TPSC enrollment form. You will see here at the top the heading Third Party Support Entity Enrollment, and your organization name will appear here. You will also see the enrollment form shows as in progress now. Here on the left is the table of contents showing all of the sections and questions that need to be answered in order to certify. You do not need to go in order of the section, but you do need to complete each section before you can certify the enrollment. Please ensure you click Save on each page to save your responses. Here you are in Section 1 MTF DM User Roles. If you are an ASO or an Access Manager, you can click Manage Users within your third-party support entity, and you will be brought to the Administration tab. If you're a staff end user, you will simply have view-only capability on this screen. Here you will see all of the third-party support entity users associated with your TPSC, their user role, their full name, and their email address. When you are ready, click Save and you can move to the next section. Section 2 is your third-party support entity identification information. The first page is an instructions page. Once you have read this, click Save and you'll be brought into question 1. Here's where you need to add your business information. Click on the Add Business button and begin to enter your information. The system will alert you of any fields you have not filled in that are required. If your business address is the same as your mailing address, click Yes and enter your federal tax identification number. If not, you can enter your business address information separately and your tax identification number. Once you are done, click Add, and you will see the information has been added to the table on the screen. You can continue to make edits to this all the way through the process until certification. If you're done on this screen, click Save, and you'll be brought to the next question. This question is just asking you for you to review your NCPDP information. Once you are done here, click Save, and you'll be brought into the next section. Section 3 is your third-party support entity financial information. After you have read the instructions page, click Save, and you'll be brought to question 1. This is where you will select your MFP refund payment preference. In the drop-down, you will select from electronic transfer of funds, paper check, and not applicable. Each of the options has different information that needs to be filled in. If you're doing an electronic transfer of funds, you will need to upload a voided check or a letter from your bank with your account information. If you select paper check, you will need to add your payment address and your remittance address information. And if you do not receive MFP refund payments, you will simply select not applicable. Once you have made your selection and you have entered the information required, you can click Save and move to the next question. As you can see here, the system did save your response with this check mark. You can go back and change your responses, but it does show that you have completed that. Question 2 is asking if your third-party support entity is a nonprofit organization. Simply answer yes or no and click Save. This will move you into the next section, but you can see you have completed section 3. Again, you are allowed to go back and change any information you would like if you were no longer not applicable and you're a paper check and you want to fill that information in. When you do this, you will have to resave in order to move forward. Section 4 is your third-party support entity contact information. Once you have read the instructions page, click Save, and you will be brought into the question. You will need to enter a primary point of contact and a secondary point of contact. Simply add the information, first name, last name, title, email address, phone number. Phone number 2 is optional. Same for your secondary point of contact. Enter in their first name, last name, their title, their email address, phone number, and again, the second phone number is optional. Phone number 1 and phone number 2 cannot be the same. Once you're done adding your primary point of contact and your secondary point of contact, you can click Save, and you'll be brought into the next section. Section 5 is your third-party support entity certification. Once you've completed all previous sections and you come into Section 5, the system will perform a check to ensure all questions are answered and there is nothing missing. You will see there are green check marks next to each section. Everything has been completed successfully, and the system is setting this ready for certification. Once you have read the instruction page, you can continue on to the certification page. As the Access Manager or the ASO, you are able to certify this enrollment. Simply click yes, that you're certifying the information is correct. Fill in your name. And the date. The date will be today's date. You will not be able to select any other date. Once you have done this, click Certify, and you can see you have certified successfully. That's all you have to do.